Okay, there we go. There we go, guys. Hello, 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 hello. How is everyone doing? Can you see me? Can you hear me right now? Okay. Okay, so it looks like you're able to see me. My mistake. This is a brand new way of doing this. I've not used this particular platform before, and I completely forgot to press the button that says go live. So, so I apologize about that. How is everyone doing? Okay, can see me now. Fantastic. Fantastic. And of course, product placement. I've got one of these going on. So, what's up, Miss Gina? Miss Gina Miller back in the house. Always good to see you. Gina is one of our, in fact, she was our original moderator of the Saving Ghosts group. Doing so much better. Fantastic. Happy to have you back. Gina's been out just for a little bit, but always good to have her back. So we have quite a few things that we're going to be talking about today. Some things that I would like to clarify, some things I'd like to introduce you to. As you know, I always try to be as transparent as I possibly can. And Shirley, hello, nice to have you here. Billy Bones is in the house. Billy Bones, of course, remembering the mango monster that I used to get back in the day. Sumia says it was a day early. I apologize that when I'm scheduling these things here in the U.S., I know that in other parts of the world, that time difference will be a little bit different. Lynn, hello, how are you? Always good to see you as well. Outlaw Warrior, of course, is in the house. Good to have you back. Tracy, thank you so much. Good to have you as well. Melissa, great to have you. Thank you. Christine is here. Hello, Christine. The weakest link is in the house. Thank you. Good to see you. Okay, it looks like we are getting it going and growing. So perfect. Jersey's in the house. Heather Jersey. As a matter of fact, where did that go? I want to give a shout out to Heather Jersey. Heather Jersey, or Jersey Heather, I should say, sent me this. It is a Saving Ghosts notebook. So I have my notes, excuse the pin scratch. I have the notes for today's session and things that we want to talk about in it as we speak. So Jersey Heather, I want to thank you so much for this. This is fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Hey, Kebs, how are you? Kawhi, how are you? Raphael is in the house. In fact, I want to give a shout out to all of our Patreon members as well as our YouTube paid subscribers. I want to thank you guys so much. It is because of you that I'm able to keep going forward with this, that I'm able to get new things to help out, such as this light that I have right in front of me. Some of the experiments that we've been able to do is because of the assistance from Patreon and the YouTube paid subscribers. So guys, I want to thank you so much. I want to give a shout out to Raphael. Hey, Chris, how are you? Thank you for popping in. I appreciate that. Hey, Kebs. I want to give a shout out to Raphael, one of our Patreons, because Raphael, as well as the other members, know that for quite a while now, I have been wanting to. Wanting to get a FLIR camera. Now, as you know, the FLIR is, or FLIR, I guess, is. Brain fart. Sorry, guys. Horror Beauty, how are you? Good to have you here. Raphael is saying, no! Raphael, I told you, brother, I was going to give you a shout out. And I'm going to do it. I completely, oh my God, I can't believe I actually forgot. So anyways, I've been wanting to use a FLIR for quite some time, simply because it can see into other light spectrums that infrared can't see, and of course our own eyes can't see. So Raphael sent me the Android FLIR attachment, which we're going to be using in tonight's session. So Raphael, I want to thank you so much for that. This is great. There's a lot that we're going to be able to do with this. If you guys remember, a few months back, I did a session where I recorded myself sleeping just to see what would happen. And oh, hey, we have a new member, Pavan. Thank you so much. Hannah's watching while she cleans. Fantastic. And so what I'm going to be able to do now is redo that experiment with the thermal camera, which is of course, the FLIR, as well as night vision, because the thing with the FLIR is that it's able to see into other light spectrums that infrared can't see in, and that our own eyes can't see in. The theory being is that if there is something within the other spectrums, we might be able to pick it up. So Raphael, buddy, I want to thank you again so much for that. Seriously, I appreciate you. Thank you. So guys, just kind of moving. I'm sorry, I'm catching up here real quick. Chris is saying, did you do George Floyd? Yes, I did do a George Floyd video. Did that one a little while ago. And because I don't know, I feel that that what happened with Mr. Floyd did not need to happen. I have a law enforcement background from the military, from the Air Force, and I know that that's the way that he was treated is not something that law enforcement should do. So yes, I did do a session on him. And so I'm sorry, I'm catching up on the comments here. So Chris is asking, how far away is heaven? This is an interesting question, because we're always taught that heaven is a place, a physical place. This is only my opinion, guys. So let me make sure I clarify that. This is only my opinion, that heaven isn't so much a place as, like, say, Sacramento, California, or Essex in Great Britain, but it's more of a wavelength, more of an energy wavelength. And so, and we're going to be talking about some of this stuff tonight. As a matter of fact, if you guys are okay with it, let's go ahead and hop into it. Are you ready? I know there's a delay, guys, so I apologize about that. But we're going to be able to do some really cool stuff here on this new platform. Okay, so Anna is saying yes. Gina is saying ready. Sumia is saying that has been told by Michael that it takes less than a minute to get there. Horror Beauty is saying yes. Outlaw Warrior is let's go. Melissa is saying yes. All right, guys. Okay, so as you know, I recently posted a video about a YouTuber called Jeff Censored. And you got this, Slimer. And it was one of his viewers that got a hold of me and said that at that time that they hadn't heard from Jeff, and that there was some concern that maybe he had passed. Later on, it came out that that I believe they said there was an aneurysm and that he had indeed passed. And so I did the session, and I want to share with you guys some of the things that happened as a result of that session. And again, I'm doing this in the spirit of being fully transparent and understanding that there are people who are going through watching channels like mine and either not understanding where we come from or holding certain biases. Now, those of you who've been watching me for quite a while, you know where I stand, you know where I come from, you know that my intent is innocent. I got the coconuts ready. Oh, the coconut conversation. I love it. So what I want to do is I want to share something with you guys. I want to share my screen with you, okay? And I want to show you this. Where to go? Right here. Here we go. So I'm going to share this with everyone. Now, what you're seeing right here, we have a comment from Social Isolation that's saying, starting at 45 seconds, we see him holding the 666 Illuminati hand sign, then a double 666, followed shortly thereafter at 0:55. Then they go into lesser dark magic, white magic, ritualistic magic, so forth and so on. And then talking about purple. And then you see where I respond, I am in no way flashing demonic or Illuminati signs. The accusation is unfounded, which is followed up by one of their friends, I'm assuming, that says, not to mention the pyramid he drops when he says his name and raised hands displayed 10. So, okay. So let me just address this real super quick. Okay. Hey, Charlotte, how are you? Sumia, thank you so much. So let me explain a little bit of me to everyone. I have a background in public speaking, and actually teaching public speaking. When you learn public speaking, they tell you to use your hands. And so when they were talking about the Illuminati symbol, they're talking about the OK symbol. I actually had to do some research on that. Hey, Charlotte, how are you? I am not giving an Illuminati sign. I am not giving a demonic sign. When you see me do this, when you see me speaking and I'm doing this, I'm punctuating what I am saying at that time. Again, when you go through training for giving speeches and public speaking, they teach you to use your hands. So I use my hands a lot when I speak. So when you see me giving the OK symbol, I'm not flashing around an Illuminati sign. I think it's absolutely preposterous and ridiculous that would even be said. Man, oh man, the monster is kicking in. Now, when they talk about the pyramid, when they see me doing this or this, again, I am not giving an Illuminati sign. I am not giving a demonic sign. If we understand body language and if we understand how to read what's known as nonverbal communication, you'll see this a lot with A-type personalities, which I am. You'll see this a lot with people who are known to have what's called a maverick personality. So this is a confidence stance. Same if I am doing this. I'm not going around flashing signs. It's a relaxed stance. It's an A-type personality thing. It is a confidence thing. And if you go through and you study body language, nonverbal communication, you will see that a lot. So I want to clarify that. And so if anybody wants to continue believing that I'm part of the Illuminati, that I'm part of some demonic ritual, whatever's, I can't change your mind. Believe what you want to believe. Okay. Hey, Lori, how are you? So I don't mess around with dark magic. I don't mess around with black magic or anything like that. Now, something else that was mentioned was the color purple, that they had seen the color purple in the video, and that is also an Illuminati and demonic thing. The reason you see purple is because of, let me show you, this light right over here. Okay. That light is a full spectrum light. It has ultraviolet light in it. Ultraviolet light, when seen by the naked eye, comes out as purple. So I am sorry to burst your bubble. It's an ultraviolet light. We've talked about this in a prior experiment, and I said I was going to keep using the ultraviolet light because I think there are definitive properties within it that can help us out. So, Raphael. And so I just wanted to clarify that, okay? And sorry, I'm just getting caught up on the messages here. And Pavan is saying, does Illuminati really exist? I have no idea. That's, we start getting into conspiracy theories at that point. And that is something that I personally just don't deal with. I don't get into that. The whole purpose, for those of you who might not have been following me for a while, who don't really know where I come from with this, I've been having experiences since I was a kid. There's a lot of people who have had experiences when, they were a kid. And my goal is to try to understand it, try to understand the realities of it. The weakest link. Yeah, they really do. And here's the thing, I don't fault them. It's simply misunderstanding and a lack of understanding. And I don't mean that in any negative way. But just, misunderstanding where I come from with this, so I just wanted to point that out to you guys real quick. Now, I've also had people who have, sorry guys, give me 1 second, who've come through and said, and the only reason I'm mentioning this is because we see this a lot. And I know just as well as you guys do that there are people on YouTube who are, not so honest with their findings. What I ask is that if anybody is to watch my channel, and if they are to call me a scammer, if they are to say that I am manipulating, I ask you, show me the proof. I want you to show me the proof of what I am doing, okay? Because there is a distinct difference between opinion and proof, okay? Now, that was not an Illuminati sign. I'm just punctuating a point that I'm making, okay? So if someone writes in and says that I am falsifying or that I'm faking or that I'm scamming, show me the proof. Okay. I do these lives often. Most of you know that I do, and I show you exactly what I do. Okay. Let's see, where is Necro at? That means Necro Chatter. I don't think he is in tonight. He's very possibly doing his own videos. It's one thing to, here, let's bring up Horror Beauties. One thing to question someone, but to accuse, make things up about someone is a whole other thing. And I would agree. Now, I have absolutely no problem, and I think most of you know, I have no problem having these conversations with people. If you're not sure about what I do, if you question how it's done, I'll be happy to share it with you. And furthermore, I'll be happy to share with you the proof that I have that leads me to this. Now, here's the thing, guys, and let me make this very, very clear. I am not a ghost hunter. I'm not a paranormal investigator. I did do that for a little bit. My whole goal is to try to prove the existence of consciousness after death. And if there are any spirits or any souls who are stuck, who are trapped, either by their own doing or what have you, I want to try to help them out if I can. Now, truth be told, I don't know if I'm allowed to. I don't know if I should be. I haven't been told not to. So I'm going to keep going forward with it. Chris, yes, I am going to be doing a session tonight. As a matter of fact, we're going to be doing a session for a young girl by the name of Sylvia Likens. Sylvia Likens was a 16-year-old girl who was abused and murdered, I believe, in October of 1965. So we will be doing that later on. And let me just get caught up here with... And Tracy is saying they'll be ganged up by the Saving Ghost team. Sumia is saying that know the apps that I use, knows how they sound, and that 100% real. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Raphael is saying a fool's errand, some may say. And we have... Well, sorry, I clicked on Tracy by accident. My apologies. I want to come over here to Pavan, who has joined, and I want to thank you, Pavan, so much for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now we have Anna, who just popped in, commenting on Sylvia, saying that always felt that Sylvia Likens is trapped. Saw a video of some guys that went to see the place she was trapped in, and some screams were recorded. We're going to be getting into her later on tonight, because it is a tragic story. It's an unfortunate story, and just something that should never ever happen to anyone, specifically a young adult. And absolutely horrible. And I want to thank you guys, because it's because of you that these stories come back to me that normally I wouldn't know about. So thank you guys so much. And Charlotte is writing in saying, I've got my back. Thank you. I appreciate that, Charlotte. Thank you. And now, guys, I want to share something with you that you might find interesting. Then again, you might not. I don't know. But most of you know that I have been talking for quite some time about how we are energy, and we vibrate to certain frequencies. And you can look this stuff up. You can look up what frequency does the body vibrate to, or does the brain vibrate to, and it's out there. The human voice, you can look that up. What frequency does the human voice vibrate to? And you'll find it's about 70 to 200, 250 hertz. So everything is a vibration, and everything is made up of the same atomic makeup. So if we're to go on the theory of thermodynamics, that energy doesn't die, it just changes form and moves on, then my theory was that consciousness, which travels on a wave, would be part of that thermodynamic rule that energy doesn't die, it just moves on and changes. And so I want to share something with you guys that that you may find interesting. Okay, let me grab it here real quick. Okay, I believe this is it. Okay, so right here, this is on CBS News. And this came out a few years ago, but if you see right here, researchers are saying that there's evidence of consciousness that continues after clinical death. Now, this is research that is done by New York University. And you guys can look this up. This is on YouTube. And I'm not going to play the thing for you right now because it's roughly 6 minutes. I mean, if you want me to, I can. But it's a fascinating story that we have these top universities now that are studying the effects of energy continuing on after we die. Okay, Christine, not a problem. Thank you. Raphael. And Tracy is saying that we have 33 in here. Fantastic. Thank you. So the reason I'm showing this to you guys is because, again, you can look this up, that we have top universities like NYU who are doing these clinical research, this research on life after death and proving that consciousness does continue on. Now, I want to share something else with you here, something else that I found that I thought was actually pretty interesting, and is from It's from Psychology Today. Now, most of you know that I have an undergraduate degree in psychology and business management. I have a master's in business administration. The reason I'm saying that is because I'm tied in to Psychology Today. And this came out several years ago. It's an article that was done by Dr. Robert Lanza about evidence that the soul does exist after we have passed on. Again, this is from Psychology Today. And so I'm not making this stuff up. I'm not just spouting out science fiction to the world. What I am doing is I'm researching these articles, guys, and sharing with you as best as I can. And so you are more than welcome to look these up. And guys, if you want me to put this stuff in links after we're done streaming, let me know. Put them in the comments, and I'll share these links with you guys either in here in the description later on, or I'll do it in the community posts. But we have top universities, and we have MDs, we have doctors who are doing this research. They're finding that the beliefs of 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 80 years ago are wrong, and that there is a continuation of life after death. And as Gina is saying, this is important stuff. This is very important, because hopefully we can now start rethinking what we once knew. Now, okay, so a lot of comments that have been coming in, basically off of the last video that I posted, saying that I need to repent and that I need to accept Christ and that I need to forgive my ways and that I'm a necromancer and that I need to stop this stuff. We have to understand. Let me rephrase this. When I started coming public with Saving Ghosts, I said from the very beginning that I was never ever going to try to force someone to believe something that they don't believe. Likewise, I am not going to believe something that I don't believe. Okay? So I was raised in a very Christian household. Okay? My grandmother was Southern Baptist. She lived right next door to me when I was growing up. My stepdad was Pentecostal. And so I had a very, very heavy-handed Christian influence around me. So I want to keep that in mind. Now, granted, I have gone off and I have done my own research, because the thing is, guys, is that the church that I grew up in didn't answer my questions. Didn't answer my questions at all. I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting caught up on the comments here. Let's see. Anna's saying she wasn't a believer, but after her close ones had passed away, they came to visit and were sending signs. And even her cat who had passed, I have a dog who died many years ago who came to visit me after she passed. But the reason I'm saying all this, guys, is because I'm not here to talk about religion. I'm not here to argue religion, because everybody has their own faith. Everybody has their own belief. What I am saying is that I have a different view of it. I have a different take of it. And, you know, for some of the heavy-handed comments that have come my way, there's a passage that you might want to remember in the Bible that says, "Ye who is without sin, cast the first stone." So make sure you are taking a close look at how you are responding to people before you chastise me for what I am doing. And we have to remember that many of the Christian belief are taught that Christ died and then was resurrected and went to heaven. Christ, of course, being a spirit who people talk to. So I'm just saying you're kind of doing the same thing. Again, I'm not here to point fingers. I'm just here to take a bigger look at it. And if we are to bring in the science of it, that I'm not calling demons, I'm not, I'm not calling on lower level entities. In fact, most of you who've been watching me, you know that, hey, Sean's in the house. Not Sean from Necro Chatter. Thank you so much, sir, for popping in. I appreciate that. most of you know that when I say prayers ahead of time, and that I'm purposely saying I do not welcome those of lower level entities. I don't welcome demons. I welcome those of love and light, and I welcome those of angelic presence. So it's a Raphael, get ye behind me, Philip. And so I do just want to put that out there. Now, I am more than happy to have these discussions. As a matter of fact, this particular cast, I put out there publicly that I welcome people who might not believe in what I do to come in and let's have this chat. So. Oh man, sorry. I'm rattling off here at the gums and got a little bit of cotton mouth there. Okay, so no, I do not use the Ouija board. It's so funny. I know there's a lot of people that do. I'm kind of weird about it. To me, it's an old method of communication, and I don't know. To me, I've never laid my hands on one. I've never touched a planchette. I don't have any desire to. So I'm not faulting anybody who does. It's just something that I don't do. So Uzi's in the house. What's going on? So I know I've been getting some requests already about whether or not I could reach some people tonight. Here's what I'm going to do, guys. And actually, another shout out to Raphael from our Patreon page had even suggested that one of these lives, I just kind of open it up to people who want to do a session to reach out to their loved ones. So I'm going to ask you guys, would you want me to do a live session where I'm running my equipment and you are the ones asking the questions? Is that something that you would want? If it is, go ahead and put it in the comments below. And we'll play around with that in one of the lives in the future, okay? Okay, so Anna is asking, what are my thoughts on pendulums? Pendulums, I don't have any problems with them. The theory, of course, being that spirit is taking this item and moving it in certain directions depending on what the questions are. And Anna, thank you for bringing that up. There is an experiment that we're going to be doing pretty soon. There is right now NASA is running tests on dark matter energy, and the way they are doing this is they are basically hanging in a grid a bunch of pendulums, and they're able to catch this dark energy that goes through it. Now, dark energy doesn't mean negative or demonic energy. It's just a different type of atomic energy that they're finding in space. And so we're going to be running that experiment. I have to build it first, but we're going to be running that experiment in conjunction with the cloud chamber. I'm going to be building a new cloud chamber and the thermal camera. So get ready for that coming up at some point, guys. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so we're getting a lot of positive responses in regards to the doing the live where you guys are asking the questions. Necro Chatter's popping in. Hey Phil, this live stream is looking really nice. This is the new program we talked about last week. Yes, sir, it is. And actually, I want to give a shout out to Fatima Paranormal. She's an old friend of mine, and she's out in Utah. And oh, not Fatima, but Amitov. Sorry, Amitov Paranormal. We got to chatting about it, and I said, I really want to try to find a new way to do these live sessions. And she told me about this particular program. It's called StreamYard, and so far I am loving it, guys. If you like this format, if you like this layout, please let me know. That way I can keep it going. And And so Chris is asking, Phil, are mirrors a bad thing in your house? I am not a fan of mirrors. I've had bad experiences with mirrors. I do have mirrors, but I will not put one in my bedroom. That could open up to a whole ton of jokes right there. Um, but I've had some bad experiences with mirrors and horror beauty. And horror beauty, again, horror beauty has been with us for quite some time. And I just want to say I appreciate you. Thank you so much, horror, for sticking with me. And she's asking is any frequency or frequent tools used that you wouldn't recommend. You seem open to most forms. Yes, to live Q&A. Okay, fantastic. You know what? Tools are, they are, to me, to me, paranormal tools are almost like underwear. You have to try to find the ones that fit right for you. You know, there are so many tools and gadgets and toys out there. I keep mine fairly simple. Again, I try to go from a more scientific standpoint. Keep in mind that I do believe in the afterlife. I do believe that there are spirits. But the ones that I like infrared. I like full spectrum lighting. I like thermal devices. I like things that can actually be used in a scientific setting. But that's me. I like scanning radios. I've always been a fan of scanning radios. And of course, the K2 meter. The K2 meter is phenomenal. I've been a fan of this since day one. And most of you guys have seen that I've had really good results with the K2 meter. It's a simple device. It's an inexpensive device. And it's phenomenal. And horror, no, I want to thank you so much. Okay, so Kawhi is asking, what do you think about doppelgangers? I have seen doppelgangers, and frankly, it scared me so much that I needed to wear a diaper afterwards. I was living in Portland, Oregon at the time, and I was in a not so good relationship, and I woke up at about 3 o'clock in the morning, and I looked in a closet that was somewhat opened. And I looked inside and I saw a very deformed version of her standing in the closet. And that just confirmed what my feeling was of the relationship. Of course, I've since gotten out of it. That was back in 2000. So that was many moons ago. The thing is about doppelgangers is that, again, we are energy. Energy can be manipulated. Energy can be mimicked, And so that's why, guys, whenever we do a session, we have to take everything with a grain of salt. I might ask for someone in particular. It may or may not actually be them. To mimic someone's voice is almost another form of being a doppelganger. So we have to take everything in stride. Let's see. And so I do want to talk about the mirrors again real quick, because I didn't quite give a full answer on that. I do believe that mirrors, in their own way, can draw things in. I don't know how. I don't know the specific science behind it. But when I was living in Las Vegas and I was remodeling the master bathroom, there was about a 6-foot mirror that was standard in that bathroom that I removed, and I just scooted over into my my master bedroom. About 2 nights after I had moved it in, I started hearing tapping on the mirror. Now, at first, I didn't think anything of it. But then the next night after that, I heard tapping again, and it got more frequent and it got louder. And it sounded like there was something moving in the glass. And you can believe me, you don't have to believe me. It was my own experience. And so that night I put a blanket over the mirror and I turned it around. And then the next day I moved it down into the garage. So I do believe there is something to be said about mirrors. Everybody has their own theories about it. So that's my thought on that. And I'm just getting caught up here. Let's see. We have Lynn who's popping in saying scary. And we have Kawhi saying ooh and following up with a spooky. Okay, so Dan Dooney, thank you so much for asking this. What are my thoughts on the SLS? I have gone back and forth on the SLS for quite some time. I don't, in fact, one of the last videos that I made, I used the SLS, and I don't think it's something that I'm going to be moving forward on. For me, there's not enough science behind it to support it. Reason being is because the SLS uses the Kinect, the Microsoft Kinect. The Microsoft Kinect, depending which model you have, throws out an infrared wall to track the human body. If we are talking about spirit being energy, my assumption is that they don't necessarily have a human form to mimic. So you're not always necessarily, again, my opinion only, you're not always necessarily going to be getting that skeletal figure that we've seen on Ghost Adventures and things like that. This is why I like thermal so much, because thermal can see the particles. It can see if there's any type of gaseous anomaly forming. It will show that. So I do tend to lead a little bit more to thermal. Now, for those who use the SLS and you like it and you have good results with it, keep it going. Keep using what is working for you. Again, everyone's going to have their own experiences with it. Okay, so Christine's asking, what's the best night vision to get? There are so many different types of night vision out there that you can get. Let me see if I can show this to you real quick. Well, I do have these. Where'd it go? Sorry, guys. I guess I put it up. But there are these Kinect type, or not Kinect, but these. You can find these modified sports cameras that I have had great results with for night vision, but you can also get, and you can find them on Amazon. I actually have, if you click on the links that I have on my channel, there's an Amazon channel or link there, and it shows you some of the equipment that I use. And one of those that's listed in there is the Florian night vision system. It's a DVR with 4 night vision cameras. Costs about $80, and I've had phenomenal results with those. Now, they're not exactly portable. If you want portable, you're going to want to go with the modified sports camera, which you can actually find some decent ones on eBay, as a matter of fact. So those are the two that I go with. And so let me see, what do we have here? Dan Dooney is saying not convinced with the SLS. Necro is saying the SLS is hit or miss, had some false positives. Raphael is feeling good tonight. The best night vision is the one that allows you to see in the dark. And of course, Sean from Necro is popping right into that, saying, "Yeah, it's called a flashlight." Oh, we've got people with jokes tonight. All right. Horror is saying, "Never thought about the mirror thing, but it's interesting." Yeah. I tend to stay away from mirrors. As a matter of fact, I will do. I'll take my sage and I'll go up to mirrors and I will put a cross symbol and I'll say a prayer over them, just because I don't know what's going on with them. So, and yeah, horror is saying SLS was hit and miss. Not 100% sure. Yeah, I toyed around with it. You'll see a lot of people use the SLS, frankly, because it's eye candy. And I'm not trying to mock anyone who does use it in their channel or on shows like the Travel Channel or what have you. But it is eye candy. It is something that the editor can cut away to. I've experimented with it. There just hasn't been enough positive results for me, anyways, to continue using it. Let me see what else we have going on here. We have Anna is saying that her grandmother always said not to use a mirror for too long because you could see the devil. Okay, and what else do we have? We have Tracy, who's saying, what do you think about facing two mirrors to each other? Heard it makes a portal. I have not experimented with that. What I have thought about doing, I don't know if I want to do this or not, but if you take a box, you can go down to Michael's hobby store or whatever, just get a little, hobby box, wooden box, and you line the interior with mirrors, put a lid on it. It is said to capture negative spirits. I don't know if I want to do that, but it is something that I've heard about. I don't know, guys. Tell me what you think. Put them in the comments here. And Sylvia is saying the most accurate tool to find objects in the dark is with your little toe. We have all had that that stub moment, Let's see. Gina is saying looks like we need to have live about mirrors. Oh, well, you know what, guys? Hey, let me know. If you would want to have a mirror experiment, let me know if that's something that you'd want to try to do. Of course, whenever we do something like this, safety is always paramount. And I don't want to do anything that's going to put anybody, including myself, in any kind of danger. Vicky is in the house. Hello from West Virginia. Vicky, hello. You are right across the bridge from me. I am up in Pittsburgh. And so, all right, guys. And we have a handyman in the house from Ireland. Thank you so much for popping in. What part of Ireland are you in from? Ireland, of course, is a place I have always wanted to go to. Really had a nice chance to visit most of Southeast Asia. In fact, I lived in southern Vietnam for about 4 years. And now I want to go see the UK. So let me see. What else do I have on my little tablet thing of here too? And that made absolutely no sense at all. Okay, so, and of course, talking about finding Legos at night is a great way to find things in the dark. And of course, Billy Bones is asking, standard mirror or a scrying mirror? Let me know, guys. Let me know what you'd want to do. Because we could do standard mirrors all facing each other. See what happens. Or we could try to do scrying mirrors. Of course, scrying mirrors being just a little roughed up and dirty on the reflective side. Oh, handyman. Yeah, it's, Ireland just has some phenomenal areas. Outside of it, just the people being fantastic and just the history that's there. Would absolutely love to go to Ireland. Oh, what's this? Necro is saying also wants to go to Ireland. There just might be a collab in the future then for us. Who knows? So there was something here that I was going to talk to you guys about, and I already completely forgot what it was, so I have to reference my handy dandy little notebook here again from Jersey Heather. Thank you again for sending this to me. I appreciate it. Chris is from the UK. Again, just I would love to do a tour of the castles in the UK and do sessions there. So, guys, I don't know if you know or not, but there is a huge battle that's going on right now on YouTube. And I got to tell you guys, it really cracks me up because you would think that, once we get to a certain age, that the junior high school pettiness would go away. However, thank you, YouTube. It's not YouTube's fault, but certain YouTube creators, you keep the drama alive and well. Okay, so Horror Beauty has got a split. And Horror, I want to thank you so much for popping in. I appreciate you. I've always appreciated you. Thank you so much. And we have Lynn, who is from Ireland, now living in New York. Again, not too terribly far from me. And we have our friends from across the pond in France. Bonjour, my friend. Bonjour. Thank you so much for popping in. And Handyman is asking, what's the most frightening experience with ghosts I have had? And the one that I always reference was when I was with the team in Las Vegas. And it's called the Vineyard Vine House. It was the third episode that we actually did as a team. And there was a back bedroom that I wanted to go investigate by myself. Once I got to the doorway, I literally felt stopped. I felt like my chest was being held back, and I felt terror going in. And later on during the edit, I played it back. You could hear a voice coming through, a low voice coming through that either said halt or stopped. And I think that has been the most terrifying. Now, when I was a child, I had things that was happening that I didn't understand. And so I was scared because of naivete on my end, basically. But as far as actually, once I started to understand and kind of knew what I was doing, I would say that experience was probably one of the more terrifying that I had. So let me see. Kawhi is saying it's time for a tea party. I'll get my words out here. And we have Necro saying that where the Boston Tea Party took place was right up the highway from him. That would actually be a great session for you, sir. And let me see. Who else do we have? Outlaw Warrior saying just came back from a trip from New York. Oh, yeah. So Vicky. Thank you so much for keeping me on track. I don't know if you guys have been watching or not, but there is a battle that's going on YouTube right now between some of the major paranormal channels and ITC channels. Everyone's pointing fingers about who is fake and who is not fake, and they are now realizing that they have to be more transparent. And for those of you who have stuck with me, you know that I have been transparent since day one, and I have never ever had anything to hide. Most of the lives that I have done, this one will be included in this, you can see the edited version of that live. And so you can go back to the live sessions, match up to the edited session, and you will know that I have not added anything. I have not taken away anything. Sometimes the responses have to be played in reverse, but I really try to make an effort to let you know that I am putting it in reverse. And I'll put that on the video. And so tonight I'm going to show you exactly what I do. And you guys will have a chance to tell me what device do you want me to use for the session. All right, guys. Let me see here. Let's get caught up in some of the comments that are going on here. Vicky's saying that she knew I was going to be talking about this. And yeah, I am going to be talking about it simply because it's a big thing that's going on right now. And I think it's a ridiculous thing that's going on right now. If they had been transparent from day one, they wouldn't be having these issues. And the handyman is saying there seems to be there seems to be a nasty witch hunt on YouTube right now about certain channels. And kind of getting fed up with it, and I'm right there with you. And who do we have here? Sumia is saying it's like you mentioned when you're using spirit boxes, you mostly get different voices. Here's the thing, guys. I welcome anyone to download any of these apps or to get a scanning radio like the PSB7 or the S box, which I have right here. Use it. Do your own session. Record your sessions. When you see these channels and they are getting the person that they want, and it's only that one voice, and they're having this back and forth conversation, I question that. And here is why. Because I believe that the body is the container for the spirit. And it's almost like a battery. The battery has a housing which contains the energy inside. And so we are able to continue conversations like this because the body is keeping all that energy contained. When we go into spirit, well, the energy is now out. And so for it to contain itself enough to have these back and forth conversations, I don't really believe is possible. I think they can do it in spurts. But to use the voice that they had when they were here and to have a back and forth conversation for 15 minutes, the math doesn't add up to me. The science doesn't add up to me with it. Now, what you will see for people who do honest ITC, when they're getting a response, you will hear different voices stringing together different words to make the sentence for you. Occasionally, you will hear the voice of the person that you asked for. And you are going to have other voices coming through. It's a lot like owning a convenience store. You open up the doors and whoever comes in is who comes in. So let me get caught up on here. So let me see. Kawhi is saying he should do a live about witches on Halloween. I actually did do a live about Rebecca Nurse, who was an accused witch, who was unfortunately put to death. And let me see, who else do we have here? See, Anna is saying, I downloaded one of these. The spirit said my dad has cancer. Dad made a checkup, and yeah, he had cancer. Okay. Outlaw is saying just got Necrophonic last week. Necrophonic is definitely one of the good ones. I've been using Necrophonic for a while. I know NecroChatter uses Necrophonic. I also use a free program called the Afterlight Box, which is I've been getting phenomenal responses out of it, and I've been using that for a little over a year now. And Sumia is putting it perfectly. It's about the sentence, not the voices. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. And Anna is saying that her dad started treatment, so I am grateful for that, Anna. Love to both you and your dad. Vicky is saying that she uses Necrophonic and truly have heard loved ones' voices. I also use Deadwave. Deadwave, I know it gets a lot of good responses. I have not used it yet. But I have heard a lot of good things about it. So Alicia is saying, used Necrophonic the other day to contact Big Brother. Name came through and it was clear. Thank you, Alicia, for sharing that. Raphael is letting Sean know, got some crazy evidence from the Necrophonic. Yeah, the Necrophonic is a good app. If you guys take a look back at the first train tunnel session that I did, there were some crazy responses that came through. And So Swimbait is saying, can have very long chats with spirits via EVP, easily 30 minutes if you want to. Ghostbox or apps can't do it. A few replies, and that's it. You know, it's so funny, Swimbait. That kind of gets back to our earlier conversation that everybody's going to have their own way of doing it. I have had phenomenal yes or no sessions with the K2 meter. And so Kawhi is saying he wants to get the Necrophonic app, and I highly recommend it. So, guys, for tonight's session, again, we're going to be trying to reach out to Sylvia Likens. We're going to be reaching out to her. What would you like me to use? Would you like me to use the Necrophonic app? Would you like for me to use a scanning radio? Would you like for me to use the Afterlight box? You tell me in the comments below what app or what device you would like for me to use, and I will connect the device in front of you. I'll show you exactly how I'm connecting it. And so yeah. I tried the Poltercom Sumia at one point, and the Swimbait saying whatever works best. And I don't know. I haven't really had good luck with the Poltercom. Okay, so let's see here. Tracy is asking, is it Afterlife or? It's the Afterlight box, and it's actually for Windows. It's a Windows-based program. Shirley is saying to use the Afterlight box. Shirley, thank you so much for that response. Gina is saying the Afterlight box. Vicky is saying Necrophonic. Simia is saying Afterlight. Lynn is saying the Afterlight. Okay. Sumia is saying to try a few. And Kawhi is saying whichever one suits you best. So how do you guys feel about this? And Raphael is saying that NecroChatter has reviewed apps on his channel. I've reviewed them on mine as well. So you can go back between the two. Sean at NecroChatter reviewed different apps than what I have reviewed. So give them both a shot, see what you say. Raphael is saying that Kobe is in your house. I don't know. I don't think Kobe wanted to talk to me when I did my session. So I said that I would never try to reach out to him again because I felt maybe I had upset him. And so I'm gonna keep that respect to him and not reach out again. Let me see. One Tap Gaming is in saying, yo, what's up, One Tap? Happy to have you in. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking, guys. I think we're going to do two different apps. I think we'll start off with the Afterlight box, and then we will switch over to the Necrophonic. How do you guys feel about that? If you guys are okay with that, let me know in the comments section below. Okay, Raphael is saying he meant Sean's house. Okay. Okay, so what I'm doing is I completely forgot to. I have an old Samsung phone that I use as one of my cameras, and I completely forgot to turn it on. So I apologize about that, guys, because I'm going to be using this as, as I said, as one of my cameras. And so some of you may have been seeing a lot of coconut jokes coming through. And like Raphael right here saying coconut. A couple of live sessions ago, I was talking about a dear friend of mine who lives in Texas, who in his faith, in his religion, coconuts is something that you use to help capture negative spirits. And we got on a tangent about that. So that is what that is referring to, in case any of you are curious. Okay, and Chris is saying use the Afterlight box. Okay, and Billy Bones, old friend from Las Vegas, saying you do whatever you want to do. Uh-oh. And we got Sean with jokes saying he needs to rephrase that one when over Phil's coconut. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. You know what, Sean, if we happen to do a collaboration in the UK, I might just have to leave you there. Who knows? I'm not saying, I'm just saying. And Christina's saying the Afterlight box as well. Okay, and the Coconut King Wizard from the Illuminati. I am so happy that you guys have a good sense of humor about that. And let's see, One Tap is saying from India. One Tap, so happy to have you in. I spent a very, very short time, less than a week, in Mumbai, actually, many years ago. I was actually studying Hinduism at the time. So happy to have you in. And Tracy, it looks like Tracy Tracy, are you leaving us tonight? If so, so great to have you in. Thank you so much. And Kawaii is saying, as someone misses with Phil, they'll be missing with the Saving Ghost team. And we're going to throw coconuts at the haters. Oh, guys, you are phenomenal, and I absolutely love you. Thank you so much. Okay, so guys, tell you what, I'm going to start getting set up for the live, I'm saying the live, we're already doing the live for the session. And so what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break, guys, if that's okay with you. It's going to be maybe about 30 seconds, partially because I have to go to the bathroom. So bear with me 1 second, guys, and we'll get the session going. Okay, here we go. Oh, okay. I did not quite time that right. I sure tried, though, guys. I absolutely sure tried. So, one tap. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. And Raphael is asking. Sorry, clicked on the wrong one, but this is Tracy saying is alive for Sylvia. Yes, it is. And that's that's what we're going to be doing here in a few seconds. Let's see, what do we have here? Billy Bones is saying a fancy pause. Yes, I'm telling you guys, we have finally upped our game just a little bit now. Because frankly, guys, if you're going to take the time to sit back and watch me, I need to do what I can to make it better for you. So let me see, what else do we have here? Raphael is asking, is that full spectrum lighting? Yes, it is. So guys, you see right over here. In fact, you know what? Let's give you a tour, okay? Okay, so by the way, one of the next things I'm going to be doing is getting a much better webcam than what I have right now, because this thing is antiquated. So I want to show you guys what I have, okay? Or what's going to be going on. So that right there is a full spectrum light. That light will show infrared, ultraviolet, red, and blue. And the thing about each one of those light spectrums is that they have a different wavelength and they get thrown further than the others, okay? Let me see here. Billy Bones is asking if my intermission is timed. Yes, it is. And if you guys want me to do a different type of intermission, this was, where am I at here? There we go. I can always do a different one. This was just a last minute one that I threw in there because I knew at some point I was going to have to go to the bathroom. So let me show you what else we have going on here. Okay. Hey, Monique, how are you? Sorry, guys, I'm trying to handhold this. Monique is saying it's about time you did another live and that she missed these. Monique, absolutely love you. Thank you so much for popping in. I really do appreciate it. And so Billy is saying better move faster next time. So I want to show you what else. So that is the full spectrum lighting. Now, if you can see, where am I at? Right there. That is one of my night vision cameras. That is one of the infrared cameras that I use. Okay, guys? And I have that aimed right over here into my session room. So this is kind of the set, guys, okay? So what we have here, I want to thank Gina Miller. Gina Miller sent this to me when I was still living in Las Vegas. This is for smudging, and so I keep it right here on my desk. This is the tablet that I'll be using for, if you chose the necrophonic, I'll be using this for the necrophonic. This, of course, is Michael's Gate for Archangel Michael. It does use his colors as far as the multi-shaded blue and the gold that's on there, as well as the types of stones that represent him. It's not plugged in right now, and there's nothing connected to it, as you can see, as of the moment. But when we go through the connection, I'll lay it all out for you. Then, of course, right over here, we have the thermal camera. And that is it, guys. There's nothing dangling down below. You know, of course, there are some cords that are being ran. I don't have any fish line anywhere. Nothing like that. It's just a room, guys. You know, it's really just a room. Now, something else. I was going to try to get set up for tonight's live. I just wasn't able to do it. But something else that you're going to be seeing in future lives is I will be able to have multi-cameras set up for this feed. That way I don't have to keep taking the camera off and moving it around like that, okay? Tracy is asking if the Afterlight is PC only. It's for any Windows-based system. So if you have a tablet, laptop, or, you know, of course, PC, then, of course, yes. And Christine is saying that she loves that song. What's it called? Thank you, Thank you, Christine, for mentioning that. I want to give a shout out to the band Shattered Heart, and specifically Adam of Shattered Heart, who actually contacted me asking if I would want to use his song as our opening. And I absolutely said yes. And so that is from the band Shattered Heart. You can download their music on Spotify and pretty much anywhere right now. So Shattered Heart is the name. The name of that song is called Therapy Session. Vicky is saying no fish line. No, I'm sorry to disappoint you. I have no fish line at all. Oh, speaking of which, not fish line, but I was reading the comment about the Afterlight box and the PC. I want to show this to you guys. I wasn't expecting to do this, so bear with me, guys. So when I was doing my review of the apps, of course, the Afterlight box is one that I reviewed because it's one of my favorites. I mentioned that you can go onto eBay and you can get these really nice Acer tablets for cheap. And so this is it, guys. This is an Acer tablet that comes with a keyboard, and you can use it either with the keyboard or without. I picked this up for $35, guys, and I run the Afterlight box on this. And so I highly, highly, highly recommend, let me plug this in as a matter of fact, getting one of these if you are wanting something that's not going to cost a whole lot of money, but you still want something that's Windows-based because you want to be able to run things like the Afterlight box. Okay, give me a second. Trying to balance this out here. So, okay. Necro is saying, by the way, it's like Phil has finally decided to grow a goatee like mine. Like, dude, Sean. Okay, so Sean's got jokes tonight. Sean knows that I grow facial hair like a 2-year-old. You know, I just don't grow it. Sean has this huge ZZ Top beard. I will never be able to grow a beard like his. It's not in my DNA. The best I could do is glue one on my face. Let me see what else we have here. Raphael saying that he's not faking. Let's see, what else do we have? Hey, One Tap. I don't quite know what the conversion is. I apologize about that. But I guess you could say the cost would be equivalent to buying a pair of shoes from like Walmart, you know, equivalent to that. Tracy is saying we'll have to get one of those, only have a tablet and a cell. So very well worth getting. Okay, so guys, I'm going to turn on the, oops. Let me get back into it here. I'm going to turn on the thermal real quick. Let me get to the app. The Flare app. It's telling me to connect it. It is connected. I'm going to turn it on. So we are now on. We are connecting. So Vicky is asking, has anyone tried contacting the 2 boys missing in California City, California? Wow. I have not, Vicky, to be honest with you. It's a little difficult for me to keep up with, who is missing and what's happening all the time. But if you want to send me the information, I'll be more than happy to look into that for you. Billy Bones is excited, saying the thermal. And One Tap is asking, do I have an Apple phone? I do not have an Apple phone. All of my stuff is either Android-based or Windows-based. But I want to show you. Here is the thermal, and there's my hothead right there. And so I am going to try to find a place where I can put this down and aimed at, actually, you know what? I wonder. I'll try to find a place where I can set this down and have it aimed at the, so I have it, I don't know if you guys can see it. Where's it at? I have it right here, guys, on the desk, aimed over at the session table. Okay, so that is where the thermal is going to be for right now. let's see. We have some of those things going on. Let's see. The Weakest Link is saying the smaller channel's been doing sessions on the missing kids from California City. Can't think of the name right off, though. Okay. Rolf is saying to Vicky, it'd be a great idea. One Tab says he'd like to speak with me anytime. Anytime. You can contact me either through here or sorry guys, trying to adjust the camera. You can Saving Ghosts has a Facebook page as well as a Facebook group. You can reach me there, or you can also reach me at savingghosts@gmail.com. So there's different ways you can reach out to me. I do have to apologize though that it's not always easy for me to get back right away. But I do try to get back to you as quickly as I can, as often as I can. Okay, so guys, I'm going to go off the headsets just a little bit. Keep chatting. I'm going to start getting this set up, and I want you to see exactly how I do it. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so I'm going to take the camera. Okay, I don't actually know if that is going to get everything, so I'm going to line up the shot. We're good. We're good. Okay, so now, guys, I apologize. I can't necessarily see all of the comments. I'm going to adjust the monitor real quick. I just want to make sure my framing was good. Hey, Necro, not a problem. Sean, buddy, you have a great night, okay? Okay, so because I want to have another camera, I'm grabbing just a very small, lightweight tripod that the Samsung phone that I showed you, I'm going to be attaching that to the tripod because this will act as another camera for me. And I want to adjust settings on this, make sure that I'm getting a good shot. That'll work. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm going to start recording on the thermal, or at least I thought I was. Here we go. Okay. So I have to give the FLIR all these permissions. Okay, so I am now, where are you at? I am now recording thermal for the session. Okay, so I'm going to put this over here. Okay, so now, guys, again, I showed you Michael's gate. I showed you what was attached, what wasn't attached. This is it, guys. You know, there's no magic to this thing. Okay. I'm going to plug it in to the tablet. And I'm going to start logging in. Guys, I apologize. I know that this is the boring part of it. Bear with me. We're going to be getting the session going here shortly. Now, the Okay, here we go. Okay, now Michael's Gate, and for those of you who've been watching for a while, you know that I've also made items called the Angel Box, the Angel Phone. Frank from Franco TV, he actually has one of the Angel Boxes. His fans call it the Boo Box, and one of the things with it is that you can run it either through DC power or through portable power with the battery packs on the back here. So I have no batteries in it, so I'm going to be plugging it into the wall with a DC cord. I turn both sides on. Okay, this side is for reverb. I use a little bit of reverb because it will allow some of those voices to extend. And this side is for scanning radios to cut out a lot of that scanning sound. So let's get the Afterlight box up and going. Let me just see if I can get to the comments here real quick, guys. I apologize. I can't see from over there. Okay, and we have Cranky Barista, also known as Spooky Spectre. Hey, thank you so much for coming in. I really do appreciate you. Anna, thank you so much for coming in. I sincerely do appreciate you. Thank you. And we have James from Scotland. James, thank you so much. Scotland, of course, being one of those places I have been dying to go to. Oh, man, forever. Absolutely forever. And we have Amitoff Paranormal. Now, if you guys might remember, I gave a shout out to Amitoff earlier because she is the one. Sorry, guys. She is the one who told me about this new platform. And again, I apologize. I keep picking up the camera. On the next live, I'm going to have multiple cameras that I can just swap in between the two. That way I don't have to keep annoying you with this. Okay. So I am turning on right now the Samsung. Where's it at? Right here. That I'm using as a different camera. Am I recording? Okay, now we're recording. Okay, good. So always, always, always great to have Amitoff Paranormal here. We've known each other for, oh, wow, quite some time at this point. And just a fantastic person, sweetheart of a person. And I honestly cannot say enough things about her. So I am going to be turning on the K2. I'm going to put it right here. Now, guys, just to let you know, I am putting this in an area that is being seen by all three cameras. We may get something. We may not get something. I don't know. Can you guys see this? No, you can't. Let me get this out of the way for right now, as we don't need that. I'm going to scoot all of this over because I want you guys to see as best as possible the Afterlight box. I apologize, gang. Probably not the best. Can you guys still see this? Yeah, you can see that. Let's see if I can scoot this forward. Whoops, just a little bit. Trying to find a way that you guys can get a better view of this, but it looks... Now, I need a new webcam, guys. That's all there is to it. I just need a new webcam. I'm going to turn off... And there it goes again. I'm going to turn off the reverb on this because we're not going to need it.
Received a devastation. He started.
Okay. Oh, he just said he started. Yeah, that's right. I started, but we're not quite ready yet. Okay, guys?
Father. Okay.
All right, guys, we're not ready yet. So I did just turn the volume down. I need to get my notes again on Sylvia. So again, guys, there is no magic bullet to what I am doing per se. Put that right there. That way you can kind of see both. So, and again, guys, I apologize. I'm not able to see all of the responses, so please bear with me. So we are going to start the session right now. I will always start the session with a prayer. Most of the time, I edit that out simply because, unfortunately, a lot of people don't want to see that. So I edit that out, and but it is always there. So I'm going to start off with a prayer first, and then we'll just get going from there. All right, guys? Dear Heavenly God, I thank you for this day which you have given. I ask Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Gabriel, Azrael to please be here for this session as we try to reach out to this young girl. I ask Archangel Michael, please guard the doorway and the gateway that enters into this room. I ask that only those of love and light come through. And I ask for those of protection. I do not allow anything negative around me in this session. And I ask that if Sylvia does want to come through, please allow her access in. Please allow her a way to come in. Please allow her a clear passageway to come through should she want to speak. And to you I give thanks. Amen. 3, 2, 1. Mark. The reason I do that is so that I can sync up all cameras later on. Okay. And it looks like Amitov, thank you so much. Just sent a super chat. Thank you so much. Okay, so here we go. Hello, hello. My name is Philip. Is there anybody here? Hello. My name is Philip. I mean no harm. I mean no harm. I come with respect. I come with love and light. I come with peace. I'm opening up a communication for Miss Sylvia Likens, 16 years old when she left her body.
As logged 15.
15? Was she 15 or 16? I was under the impression she was 16. Hello? I mean no harm to Sylvia or to any other spirit. Sylvia left her body on October 1965 in Indiana.
But we know.
Well, we know something. Sylvia, my name is Philip. You don't. Sylvia, you don't know me. My name is Philip. I mean no harm to you. Okay? To protect. Thank you. I mean no harm to you, Sylvia. I come here as a friend. I come here as someone who respects.
We hope.
It's like we said, we hope. Sylvia, the reason
The right.
The reason I'm reaching out to you, Sylvia, is I'm just curious to know if you were
The image abruptly.
Did that voice just say, "Can you hear me?" I can hear you.
Right under and on.
Again, I'm trying to reach out to Miss Sylvia Likens, 16 years old, when she left her body.
When I oppressed.
Sylvia, I'm just checking in to see if you're okay.
Jonathan.
And I just want to see if you were able to cross over.
There too.
I just heard a sigh. Sylvia, you have a few different ways you can communicate.
Justifies. Making the whole.
You can communicate with me, okay? I have this device right here.
That no.
I have this device right here that if you put your energy into it, if you put your consciousness into it, it will light up. I have another device right over there. Okay, I don't know what that screaming is, okay? The screaming is not allowed. Okay, who is that that's screaming? Identify yourself, please. Again, Sylvia Likens. If you want to communicate, you can use this device. You can also use that camera, that device right over there that he's pointing to. It will, if you are to gather your energy, it may see you, it may pick you up. You can also use the energy from this light right here. It has different spectrums that you can use. Lastly, you can use this device. You can use the sounds. You can manipulate the sounds that are coming through and form words. Okay? I have different ways in which you can communicate.
When Lord became all.
Sylvia? Explain.
He left them.
What is it that you need explained?
Starting so with like asking.
Sylvia, your parents worked for the circus, if I recall. You were put in the care of a woman named Gertie. Your parents were late on their payment to her, and she started some
You wondered what he...
I heard that, thank you. She started with some horrible abuses to you.
But in...
First off, I have to say that I am sorry for what your experience was like when you were here. When you left your body as a result of that abuse, did you find that there was a bigger reason for it? That was a sentence right there. I heard you. I don't know what you said, but there was something right there. Thank you. Sir, I heard you. At least I'm assuming you're male. Can you give me your name, please?
I'm John. Plainly.
Sylvia, were you able to cross over?
Nor tell his wife.
Can we please have Sylvia come through? Should she? I heard that. Sylvia, was that you?
Jesus.
Jesus. Jesus. Okay. What about Jesus?
For what the
Is Jesus of Nazareth with Sylvia?
a flash? One of those.
One of those. Wait, the flesh, one of those. Are you talking about me in the flesh, one of those, like one of those humans? Who's coming through right now?
Screen fell.
Who am I speaking with? Who's coming through?
All the 19.
I heard that. Thank you. Again, I'm trying to ask for Miss Sylvia Likens.
Cornered.
Cornered.
Against spirit.
Spirit. Is Gertrude there? The woman who was responsible for Sylvia's death.
I shall never.
Gertrude Benezuski, I believe is the last name.
As they really under
Ted. Gertrude, also known as Gertie.
of God. Across the feet.
Okay, there was a whole sentence right there. Gertrude, also known as Gertie.
And what's it?
Also known as Gertie. Gertie, why did you
Yield to
why did you abuse and kill Sylvia? You're not going to yell at me. You're not going to scream. Okay?
Cliff clap.
Archangel Michael, I ask please bring your army here to watch over the session
Rising.
and battle against or protect against what this may be.
The wind.
The wind. Who was the young lady who just came in, who just spoke?
As our leg. That must.
Sylvia, was that you? I heard that. Thank you.
It's immediate.
Gertie, were you that upset that your payment was late that you felt the need? You felt the need to take the abuse out on Sylvia, or was there a bigger reason?
Bridges be reviewed. Swung back.
Something about bridges being reviewed, I think. Creature. Okay. Here we go with creature again. Who is the creature? Are you referring to me? Or is there a creature? What is the creature? Is Sylvia protected right now? Guys, please know that I can hear you. I'm not able to make out. I'm not able to make out everything that you say right now, but I will play this back later on. Okay?
We're good.
Wait, we're good? There was something that I heard. We're good. Sylvia, when you passed, did you visit your sister, Jenny?
Only that in a wood.
I thought I heard someone say, hold me back.
Ourselves. The red house.
Okay, so we are going to, guys, I need you to hang on, okay? We're going to keep this going. I'm going to switch over to a different device, okay? We're going to switch over to a different app.
Of course.
Of course, we're going to switch over to a different machine, okay? Don't go anywhere. I want to keep this conversation going. Hold on, okay? Okay, so we're going to switch over to the Necrophonic app. Real quick. Okay. I'm going to turn off the afterlight box. Put this here. Okay, guys, are you still here? Thought I just heard someone whisper betrayed. Put this back up. Oh, hello. Okay. This is the same idea, guys, okay? This is going to create noise that will help you create words. Sylvia? Sylvia Likens. I either heard hello or Philip. I wasn't quite sure which one that was. I just heard friend. Okay, I'm going to turn the volume down, okay? I'm turning the volume down. So there was a young lady who just came through and said friend. Who was that? Sylvia, is that you? Sylvia Likens. Please know that your story has been told. We are aware of what happened. Sylvia, is there anything that you would like to say? That actually sounded like a sentence fragment taking place right there. Sylvia, please know that you are loved. We are aware of you. We are aware of you. We are aware of what has transpired between you and Gertie and the neighborhood kids. See, that was something Gertie forced Gertrude forced. You guys are making a lot of noise tonight. Okay, we're getting yelling on this one too. Okay, whoever that is screaming, why are you screaming? I'm asking for honesty from you. Why are you screaming? Okay. It is not for me to pass judgment on Gertie. Sylvia, my hope to you is that you did cross over and that you are fine. As you were an innocent. Are there any spirits here who are looking for help? I thought I heard a yes. If that is the case, can you confirm that by making this light up? Again, if you are looking for help, can you make this device light up, please? Okay. Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Gabriel, I ask, please help these spirits who may need your assistance, who are looking for betterment, who are looking for movement forward. For those who are ready for that, who are ready to move into a higher vibration, who are ready to move into the light, ask Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael. For those who are not ready, I ask, please go back to the gateways and doorways which you came. Okay? I wish you love. I wish you peace. Miss Sylvia Likens, please know that. I do. Miss, who was that? Can you give me a name? Who was that lady who just came through and said, I do? Okay. For those who are ready to move on, go to Archangel Michael, ask for the light. Go to Archangel Raphael, ask for the light. Ask what you have to do. Okay? Sylvia, you are loved. Okay. Our prayers are with you. Our love is with you. Okay. To all other spirits, I ask, please do not stay in this room. Please do not attach to me. Please do not follow me. I ask, please go back to the gateways which you came, or ask for Archangel Michael. Okay, guys. I thank you for your time. Miss Sylvia, you came through. I thank you, and I wish you love. Okay, guys. I'm saying goodbye, okay? And I ask that those doorways be closed and that the doorway or gateway to this session be closed as well. Okay? Bye, guys. I don't know who that was, but I'm asking everyone to leave. Okay? And I'm saying goodbye. Okay. Turn that off. Okay, guys. Come over and turn off this camera. And then I come over and turn off the thermal. Okay. And right back over here we go. All right, guys. Okay, so guys, the story behind Sylvia is actually it's a horrible one. Her parents were away for work. They worked for the circus, and they asked this woman by the name of Gertrude to watch over her. And I believe they were paying Gertie $20 a week to watch over her. They were late on a payment, and it just started a whole slew of abuses, from carving things in on Sylvia's stomach with a hot poker, to starving her, horrible things. And she died as a result of those abuses. And this was, like, again, in 1965. And so it looks like Tracy has been very vocal about she was wanting the K2 on. So here, tell you what, let's go ahead and let's just turn the K2 on again, and we'll see if anyone. Okay, and Vicky has got to leave. It looks like. Vicky, I want to thank you so much for popping in. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. Yeah, the K2 is definitely one of my favorites. Definitely one of my favorites. And yeah, I definitely do try to listen to the words, not so much the voices. But if you've not done this, I highly recommend giving it a shot. Then, because you can see what it's like. A lot of times the voices run right into each other and they sound garbled until you play it back through headsets. Then you can hear what's going on. Oh, and we have Kel in the house. Hey, Kel, how are you? Kel, also known as Rose Raven. I want to thank you so much. And so, now I will say that a lot of people don't like using the K2, frankly, because it can be manipulated. You can stick a magnet on your finger, and you can put it on the back, and it'll make it go off. You can tap the back in certain areas. You know, it's not doing it now, but sometimes it'll make it go off. And of course, the power on and off button is right here, which will make it look like a false reading. So, but yeah, what happened to her was horrible. I actually did have a video that's the actual interview of one of the kids who helped murder her. I had that up and ready to play for you guys, but it's actually kind of heavy, and I don't think I am going to do it. It was just a horrible thing that happened to her, and it was simply over the fact that her caregiver, the payment was late, and that was it. I'm not going to go through all the atrocities that happened to her, but it was absolutely horrible. This Gertie lady made Sylvia's sister, Jenny, get involved. Gertie had her own kids get involved with it, stomping on her head, stomping on her, private parts. It was just horrible. Yeah, Tracy is saying can't really mention what happened. Yeah, it's too many keywords. It's just if you just look up Sylvia Likens. I mean, there's articles all over the place. Darlene's in the house. Darlene Haas. Darlene, always good to hear and see from you. Thank you so much. And Anna is saying, can't wait to hear the replay on this. Oh, do we have somebody here? Hello, was there somebody here with me? I want to see if that was somebody who was coming through or if I was causing that light to blip. If there is somebody here with me, if there's a spirit here with me, you are more than welcome to make this light up. I mean you no harm, and you can approach. I see that. Thank you. Thank you. So I just want to confirm, is there spirit here with me right now? If there is, please make that light up again. I see that. Thank you. Okay, so if you're still wanting to talk, please make this light up as much as you can. If you don't want to communicate, just leave it alone. It's up to you. I see that. Thank you. Okay, so here's what we will do. I see that. Thank you. I'm going to ask some questions. If the answer is yes, light up as many of these as you can, okay? If the answer is no, don't light up anything. Do you understand? I see that. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. And I see we have Tess with us right now. Tess, good to see you. Okay, so the spirit that is here right now, were you ever human? If the answer is yes, light up as many as you can. If the answer is no, leave it alone, please. I'll ask again. Were you ever human? Are you still here? Okay, we're not getting anything now. Are you trying to build up your energy again? You know, guys, it really could have been just someone who was coming by to say hi, because we're not getting any responses now. We were getting that intelligent conversation back and forth, but now we're not getting anything. Was that Sylvia trying to come through? Oh, I saw that. Thank you. Okay, so I am asking for truth and honesty. Okay, I mean no harm to you. Was that Sylvia trying to come through? Are there any spirits with me now? Okay, Sylvia, if that was you, are you tired? Are you tired from trying to do this? Okay, I'm not going to force anybody. I'm not going to. Okay, this is purely voluntary for you. All right. Sylvia. Okay. Just to confirm, was that a spirit that just made this light shine? If it is, can you do that again, please? Okay. We were getting responses, not so much now. Sylvia, if that was you, if you are tired, I'm not going to force you. Okay. I will turn this off. If at some point you want me to try to reach out to you again, let me know, okay? The way you can do that is if I'm doing another session, say your name. Yeah, I really don't know what other ways you could let me know, unless you want to talk to me when I sleep. You can do that. Is there anybody holding Sylvia back? Yeah, guys, it's just quiet now. There's nothing. Okay, Sylvia, know that we love you. Okay, know that we appreciate you. Know that we are sorry for what happened to you when you were 16. Okay. Lori, you're fine. Not a problem. I understand. Thank you. Okay, I'm going now, okay? I ask, please call out to Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Gabriel. They can help you, okay? Okay, guys? Bye. So we got a few responses out of that. Tess is asking, spirits actually know what you're talking about regarding the devices. That's tricky. Again, everything is assumption. I would like to believe that once we pass on, we have a broader knowledge of things, and that, frankly, there's other spirits there to help them out. Lately, I've been trying to give more generic direction as to how they can communicate, but I would like to think that there is assistance for them on their side. I don't want to assume that they do or don't know. You know, it's one of those things that we're just not going to know until we get there ourselves. Tracy is saying, oh, sweet angel, it's okay. Tracy, that is very, very sweet of you. Thank you so much. And Shams, one of my other dear friends, thank you so much for popping in, has her own channel as well. And she is saying that she doesn't believe that Sylvia is here anymore. And I believe that as well. And Christine is saying might not have any energy left. And that's the thing, guys. Remember our earlier conversation that it takes a certain amount of energy that they have to build up to make these lights light up and to communicate. And so it very well could wear them out. A lot of times that's why you'll see paranormal folks use a K2 meter to help keep a consistent boost of energy. We have Toxic Spartan, who has his own gaming channel in the house right now. Toxic, always good to see you. Philly cheesed. A Morning Star, a Morning Star, also known aka Maxwell, good friend of mine, is a co-owner of Max VR, which we started actually in Las Vegas. We're now moving to Pittsburgh. Buddy, always good to see you. Always good to see you coming in. And Tess is saying, thank you. Tess, not a problem. Thank you so much. So guys, okay, so that was this session. Now what's going to happen now is I'm going to go through the footage and I'm going to edit it down, and you should see the final cut on next Sunday. You can easily reference this session and match it up to the edited version. And again, it's full transparency, guys. You'll see that I haven't added anything. I haven't taken anything away. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to get caught up on the messages here as well. So Tracy is saying, thank you so much for doing this. She came to me in a dream. She was there, spoke a few times, really felt she gave up talking and used the K2. The K2, Tracy, seems to be the easiest form of communication for them. A lot of times I'll use the K2 to see if there's even anyone there. That's what I did in the abandoned train tunnel. And if I get a blip on it, or if I seem to get some back and forth responses, then I'll go ahead and I'll do a full session. So Monique is saying, why is there so much screaming? Screaming is something that I have dealt with from time to time in these sessions. In the universe, this is one of the universal laws. You guys can look this up as well. There always has to be a balance of everything. So if we have good, we have bad. If we have high, we have low, so forth and so on. And so when we open up these doorways, we kind of open it up to everything. We can ask for someone specific, but we do just kind of open it up. And what we have to do, I feel anyways, is lay down our boundaries of who we will allow in and who we won't. Now, there are times with the screaming, if you slow it down and you listen, you'll hear them say, let us out, we want in, something along those lines. So the impression that I get, I just imagine thousands and thousands and thousands of bodies pushed up next to like a chain link fence trying to get out, is how I envision that. And so it could be one of those boundaries that were put up for lower level entities not to come through. So that's very well could be what that screaming is. Tess, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Sincerely. And Shirley is saying that she's happy that she tuned in. Shirley, always great to have you here. Thank you so much. Samuel is asking, doesn't she have to forgive her tormentors before being allowed to higher spheres? You know, Samuel, that gets into individual belief, and especially when we're talking about faith and religious belief. It changes from faith to faith, denomination to denomination. That is something that I cannot answer 100% all the way. I know that the Christian faith does teach to forgive your tormentors. And if we read the articles about what happened, you don't get the impression at all that Sylvia had any dislike or any hatred towards Gertie. What she did confess to her sister, though, was, this is how I'm going to die. And she actually did die the very next day. So I do believe that, I don't know. I believe that if a person is, I don't know, it gets into different beliefs. There's one school of thought that says that we are all here for our own experiences. And once we die, we all go back to the same place, regardless of how we were here on this earth, because again, we were here for our own experiences. There are others that say that when we die, we carry on the same behavior as we had when we were alive. So there's that thought. And then there's the thought, and this is what I kind of subscribe to, is that we have choices, that there's still going to be possibly some emotional connection depending how we died, and that we have a choice to either move on or stay behind depending on the circumstances. I have no proof to back that up. It's just a personal belief. So let's see. Sam is saying, according to A Wanderer in Spirit Lands, he says the tormented are in hell with their tormentors, but they are the demons tormenting. And that is possible. That is very possible. And Sophia is calling in saying, hello. Hey, Sophia, how are you? Henry. Oh, sorry. This is I clicked on test. Sorry. It's moving through pretty quickly. There was one here I was going to. Henry, there he is. Henry is saying some things are unforgivable. And so, and there was, from a humanistic point of view, there was absolutely no reason for Gertie to do the things that she did. Obviously, there were other issues going on with this woman to make her do this to this child. Because, frankly, Sylvia's parents, they weren't rich. They didn't have any money. They were fairly poor, actually. And so it's, I don't know, it is an absolutely horrible situation. And Sam, again, is writing in, this is so weird. I was praying for her the other night. I was crying, imagining her still in pain. And in that house that was finally torn down in 2009. For some reason, this particular story has really been resonating. in these past couple of months. I don't know why. And I am actually sorry that I haven't heard of Sylvia until now. So, but I still want to thank those who wrote in and asked me about her. So, guys, I want to thank you so much. Do we have any questions, comments, or concerns before we call it a night? Shams, you are too nice. You are too nice. Thank you so much. Again, Shams has been a dear friend for about a year now, right around there. Again, she has her own channel and does a phenomenal job. And Shams, thank you so much for your kind words. And Monique is saying, but after death, all is forgiven. Either you go straight to hell or up to heaven. And there's the thought that once we die, we just go back to the atomic state, and that heaven or hell is simply a state of mind. It is it's an emotion and not so much a physical place. Excuse me, guys. So truth is, we're really not going to know, until we get there. And we we have Henry writing in saying thank you for what you do. Henry, thank you so much. I sincerely appreciate that. Thank you. And Sophia is saying good night. Sophia, thank you so much for popping in. It's always great. And I promise I'll respond to your message from earlier. And Cranky is saying she believes in the Buddhists. It's a circle. Good and bad are irrelevant. And that's kind of where I stand in a lot of ways. Liz, thank you so much for the kind words. I sincerely do appreciate that. Tess is saying I have a boatload. Another time, thank you. Tess, you are more than welcome to ask anything that you want. You can also write in if you want to with your questions. I am open here for you. Tracy, oops. I accidentally clicked on Uzi. Rest in peace for her. And Tracy is saying that she's exhausted now. He felt her the whole time. Good memories and bad. She's in a better place now. and Liz, I do want to thank you. I'm surprised they're not a little bloodshot right now, actually, but thank you so much. And Sophia is saying everyone stay safe. Goodbye. Alrighty, guys, I want to thank you all so much for coming in and sharing the past 2 hours with me. It was fantastic to have you here. And on our next live, what we will do is we will open it up to you to come through and ask your questions. I will ask that for those who do want to do it, have a webcam ready, and I will be inviting you in on the webcam so that you can actually ask your questions, and I will simply sit aside. Okay, guys? Guys, I want to thank you so much for everything. Thank you for the kind words. Thank you for supporting me in all of this. You guys are very much appreciated, and you are loved. Thank you so much, guys, for everything. And I'll see you next time. All right, guys.